Welcome to day 604 of our Web3 journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein, here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are sponsored by NFT Tech. They're an investor in Desofy, the Web3 mobile app built on the Deso blockchain. So, Brian, Donald J. Trump, former president of the United States, is back on Twitter. Well, sort of, right?
Yeah, so I mean, it was inevitable. When Elon bought Twitter, it was quite clear that Trump would likely be unbanned, along with many others. Not us, of course, because we actually didn't do anything other than make Twitter somehow think that we bought our Twitter accounts. But Trump is back after a poll indicated that 52% of those users voting in this poll that Elon posted wanted him back. But does this mean he's actually going to come back? I don't know. I think that there could be some issues there for him. And according to time.com, Trump supposedly is under contract where he can only post something on other platforms if he posts it on Truth Social 6 hours prior. So whether he can kind of finagle himself out of this contract if he wants to, I don't know. But it might be a while before he actually starts posting. If he does at all, we'll see. Trump's also said that he has no plans on coming back. I don't know either. I mean, that's a pretty big downer for Elon. Elon appears to want to kind of bring controversy to Twitter, and that's how he wants to get traffic, turn that controversy into traffic so that he can maybe make his money back. It appears, but we'll see. A lot of people asked us our thoughts. I just want to quickly get to that. I think that just like Twitter has the right to ban somebody as a private company, they also have that same right to unban somebody. They will have to always face the consequences of those decisions, whether it's banning Donald Trump, unbanning Donald Trump, banning Alex Jones, unbanning Alex Jones, which they didn't do. But those are things that they're going to have to deal with as a private company. They have to face the consequences, whether they're good or bad, right? Now, will Elon have an even hand about it? I think that's the question here. We're still banned, of course, as are dozens of other people. Some may rightfully be banned, some may not rightfully be banned, but who's saying what's rightfully, And I think that there should be rules or guidelines in place on why and when someone should be unbanned as well as banned. And otherwise, if there aren't, then you're going to have this billionaire, the world's wealthiest man, basically making these decisions on his own on what he thinks is considered free speech and what he thinks should not be free speech.
I just want to chime in. I think you make a few interesting points. Trump, I don't think he'll be back, at least not anytime soon, because of his ego. He already said he's not coming back. He has his own social media platform. If he comes back to Twitter, isn't that kind of admitting I failed with Truth Social? I think that's how a lot of people would view it. I think he realizes that's how a lot of people would view it. Does he come back eventually in order to help his chances in the 2024 presidential election? Perhaps. I think the contract he does have with Truth Social or the company behind it, I think that it allows him to make political posts. I think he put that in there in case he did run for president. I don't think he'll be back now. Maybe he'll be back later. I don't know. As far as Elon goes and Elon Musk unbanning some people and not unbanning other people, he did mention something called Freedom Fridays. And I think maybe he's going to use Fridays to unban different people. We haven't been unbanned yet, but that doesn't mean he won't eventually unban us. I think we had to be fair to Elon here in saying that he's doing one thing and not the other. He's only been with the company a short period of time. I don't agree specifically with some of the unbannings, but again, like you said, it's a private company, and right now Elon Musk is the CEO and owner of Twitter, so it's up to him to make those decisions.
Yeah, and I think that the issue is that maybe he's rushing things a little bit. Like why not wait until you have these guidelines in place and these rules in place, and then unbanning these people all in one day. And then you don't have people saying, oh, why did you unban them? But you didn't even offer to unban them. I think unless you have these rules and guidelines, we're actually going a step back from that whole free speech argument, because now you have one single billionaire, the wealthiest man in the world, making these decisions arbitrarily instead of having at least some sort of board that's in place or some sort of advisory committee that can make these decisions based
Wait.
on
To
metrics.
be fair though, it was a poll conducted on Twitter, so a lot of bots did have a
Well,
say in the
that's one
decision.
person. That's one person. That's Trump. Yeah, Trump. But the other people he unbanned, I know he unbanned Jordan Peterson, Kathy Griffin, several others. They were basically arbitrary decisions, I think, unless he does have some kind of board formed, which is possible. But I think that he just needs to put this stuff out there so people know.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's going to be interesting to see what else unfolds. I think Elon's kind of experimenting as he goes along, and some people might say that's a good idea. Some people might say it's a terrible idea. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle, I think.
It's iffy when you're using people's data and you're making all these changes, and there could be security issues and all kinds of problems. I think that's the main concern, at least for me. But anyway, this isn't really related to Web3 at all, besides the fact that people who do get banned can actually go onto Web3 platforms like Deso.com, DiamondApp.com, and they are able to actually have their data on a blockchain, and that blockchain is immutable. It's not going to be erased. Website front ends, nodes, they can of course block and ban people, but that data on the database is there for eternity, pretty much.
Yeah, and there's plenty of other Web3 options. There's plenty of other Web2 options out there that we're seeing a lot of different people from Twitter moving on to. Twitter's a big dog in the race, though, and the fastest dog in the race. And I don't know. Like, I think it's hard to say we're going to pull all these people away from Twitter. I think some of these other platforms will slowly build up, and maybe in time, they will be some competition to Twitter. I guess it really depends on what Elon ends up doing.
Yeah, I agree.
So moving on to the DeSo blockchain to talk about some of the news over there, Metaverse, who we talked about, I guess it was yesterday or the day before, had joined the platform. Metaverse has 1.3 million followers on Instagram. Yesterday, or I guess it was early this morning, around 1 Eastern time this morning or so, they made a post on Instagram to their followers, and it was all about decentralized social. It focused on DeSo's growth compared to some of the other decentralized social solutions like Farcaster, like Mastodon, and I believe some others. The post so far, as of when we're making this video at like 9:26 a.m. Eastern time, had 13,200 plus likes and 213 comments on it. So it's gaining traction. There's eyes on it. People are viewing this Instagram post, learning about DeSo, learning about some of the apps built on it, like Pearl, and some other apps that are being used. So I think it's great. I love what Metaverse is doing. I've been seeing a ton of people coming over to DeSo from Metaverse's social media posts because I see them reposting Metaverse's posts on DeSo.
Yeah, I love this. I think that this is definitely going to bring people to DeSo, and we're seeing a lot of big names, a lot of those big accounts on other social platforms starting to get reinterested in DeSo, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes here as well.
Yeah, and Stori. Stori, some people say it's like the TikTok of Web3. It's not exactly the TikTok. It has a lot of differences from TikTok as well. But they actually just announced moments ago that they're going to be onboarding people into their Android app. So before, if you had iOS, you could check out Stori Beta. Now, if you're on Android, you're also going to be able to check out what Stori is doing. You just had to reply to the post that they made on the DeSo blockchain. You can see it above this video on DeSo, below it on YouTube, and you can become a Stori Beta tester.
Yeah, and I just want to give a shout out to the Design Sisters, Luis and Lucy. They're doing a remarkable job with Stori. Of course, they didn't get Octane funding, so they're building this from the ground up, and having to raise money themselves. There was a post by Whale Shark talking about how the core team could kind of help out some of these projects a little bit more, keep doubling down on them, because these are the people that are sticking around, and I think Stori is one of those for sure.
Yeah, I think it's always good to be building in the bear market, but it's hard to get funding in the bear market. So it's kind of like a catch-22 right there. But the core team does have money. They could be investing it, and I think they will.
Yeah.
So Natter, he made a post saying that the core team's has been working with Rabal and Desofy to improve the onboarding experience. Of course, Rabal is also a developer of Stori as well, but he's known originally as the creator of Desofy, which is the Web3 mobile app built on the Deso blockchain. So they're working on helping Desofy onboard users. The experience had a lot of friction, just like Diamond did, and the core team's kind of been working on both to reduce that friction. Natter's actually giving away 5 diamonds, which is approximately $5 or so, to those who try to onboard a friend onto Desofy and then provide feedback to her ball. You must find someone who hasn't yet joined Deso, though. Onboard them onto Desofy via the app, the mobile app. You can get it on Android, you can get it on iOS, and then see where they get stuck in the onboarding process, if at all, and then provide that feedback to Rabal. After you onboard this person, post a selfie of you and them via Desofy, and also reply to Natter's post that I mentioned, which is also linked above this video on Deso or below it on YouTube. And he's going to give $5, 5 diamonds to the first 30 people who do this.
Yeah, I love this idea, and I even more love the idea of making the onboarding process a lot easier on Desofy. A lot of people are going through Desofy when they sign up, so I think that if you can simplify it, make it a lot easier to understand for the mainstream social user, not the crypto native social user, and I think you have a winning product. So great job, Desofy, Rabal, and thanks Natter for working with them.
Yeah, definitely. And Tyne, Deso OG and developer Tyne made a post this morning pointing out that creator earnings are now showing on all Diamond profiles. So if you go to diamondapp.com, any profile on there, including your own, you're going to be able to see creator earnings. And these creator earnings are going to show the total earnings that person made, Diamond earnings, the amount of money they made via diamonds, NFT earnings, so amount of money they made via NFTs, and also creator coins. So check that out. It's really interesting to see how much money some of these individuals have made on the Deso blockchain.
Yeah, and it's great for new users coming on board and saying, "Oh wow, look how much that person made." It's just you're able to compare and contrast different accounts and kind of get an idea of what's possible for yourself. But I want to say congratulations to GDS from GD Virtual Galleries for being featured in 4 commercials during the Latin Grammys, promoting their 3D virtual experience. GDS is doing amazing things. I can't say enough great things about him. We got to meet him, of course, in Miami. Amazing person, amazing talent, great ideas. Keep pushing forward, GDS, and keep spreading the word about Deso as well.
And all got started here on Deso.
It all did. So thanks again to our unofficial intern, Goldberry, for pointing this out. Scan Deso beta is now live. You can check it out at scandeso.com. You can see all transactions by username, address, transaction ID, etc. To celebrate their launch, they're actually releasing 10 NFTs, and all proceeds from the sales will be used to improve the app. They're obviously another project that didn't get Octane funding because they're so new, so they can use all the funding they can get. 1.5 Deso will be given out to one person who subscribes to the Scan Deso page and repost their posts. So definitely check that out as well. Great job, Scan Deso. I look forward to watching this develop, and thanks Goldberry for pointing this out.
Yeah, and I like watching these apps that are being developed as part of the Deso Labs Crypto Winter 2022 hackathon. It's great to see stuff coming out of that hackathon. I think we're going to see a lot more in the coming week or two. But Cyberpunk Apes, they're on a short break because their founders are traveling right now. They should be back within the next 24 hours or so. So don't worry if you haven't been able to get your latest Cyberpunk Apes NFT. They said that the next half of the Cyberpunk Apes are going to be crazier than ever. They're already pretty crazy. Plus, they're working on some things with Circle It. Circle It, of course, is another app being built as part of that hackathon I just talked about. It's going to be more of a social app with categories. Can't wait to see what they do.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well, and great job to the entire team of Cyberpunk Apes.
So crypto influencer Jolly Green Investor, made a tweet about Deso yesterday. They actually retweeted Natter's post showing the monthly active user growth for Web3 social media platforms, which included DeSo, Farcaster, and Lens. Of course, Jolly Green Investor has over 52,000, I believe, crypto followers on Twitter. They basically retweeted Natter's post and said, quote, explosive growth. That what you look for in crypto projects during a bear market. While no one is paying attention, DeSo is adding thousands of new users on their Web3 social media platform every month. Pay attention to DeSo. They're building something special.
Yeah, I can't agree more. I think that the projects that are growing during a major downturn are projects that are going to emerge the strongest coming out of that downturn. And I think right now DeSo is definitely one of those projects. I think it's important that we keep things going, keep moving up on that uptrend over the course of the next several months. I think the crypto winter is going to be an extended one, and I would say we might have another year left. But so we got to keep building, keep conserving money, but also spending a little bit to keep building. And I think if we can exit the crypto winter and still be on an uptrend, I think that it's going to be quite easy for DeSo to gain some more traction as we head into the summer.
Yeah, and we're not talking about the token or the coin, the crypto value of DeSo. We're talking more about the platform, the decentralized social
The
platform.
daily active users, the technology, I mean, the DeSo coin will probably lag that, or it could lead it. We don't know, but that's not our concern. Our concern is creating a platform and having users stream on new highs for daily active users, and of course, just the technology and the available tools to developers. I think that's all important.
Yeah, exactly. And the Nifty Investor, big TikTok account, big TikTok user, they're making another massive video about DeSo they posted this morning. They're going to promote it on all of their socials. We don't know exactly what it's going to be or what it's going to feature, but it's good to see that the Nifty Investor is still making some promotional TikTok videos, right?
Absolutely. Glad to see it.
And as many of you know, nftz.me is the only place where you can post and view live time DeSo NFT auctions. Just go to nftz.me/auctions and you can see all of the DeSo NFT auctions that are ending soon. I just want to highlight a few that are ending in the next 24 hours. Michelle Lord is auctioning off a couple of OG NFT series, the Crypto Kitties and Unicat. She has, I believe, two of each that are ending sometime this morning or early afternoon. Definitely check those out. Help out Michelle Lord. She's a real trooper on DeSo and somebody who's been great for the community. There's a Dwarf Monsters number 69 that's ending today around 4 p.m. Eastern time. Check these out. I love the Dwarf Monsters, what they're doing with their project. FP Fund is auctioning off a couple Cloutpunk NFTs ending at around 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. And also remember Gold, one of one Psycho Cyborg NFT, the collaboration between NFTZ and Cloutpunk ends tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I believe it's up to 3.3 DeSo. The silver, which is one of 10, I saw one of those just sold for a little bit over 2 DeSo. And there's actually a bronze, which there's 250 of them that sold for 2.5 DeSo. So 3.3 DeSo for the gold so far. I expect it will get more. We'll have to wait and see. But that ends at 4 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow.
Yeah, and before I get to the top NFT bidders, I just want to say Ed and I are actually going on a little family vacation, a cruise to the Bahamas this week. So Monday through Friday. We're not going to be editing these videos, but we will be trying our best to post them as long as we have internet. I think we should. But yeah, let's get to the top.
Wait, I wonder if we're going to bump into SBF over there.
It's possible, and if he does, I'll tell him good luck,
Come
I
on to
guess.
DeSo
Yeah.
before you go to jail.
Right. So the top 10 NFT bidders on the DeSo blockchain over the last day, according to NFTZ, are Dead Metal, Clay Oglesby, Andreas PZ, Agsa, Dr. Rob, Afro Arts, Chinar, Skin Lover, Mini Clout, and Chermislav Digdong. And the top diamonded creators over the last 24 hours, thanks to our friends at Altum Base for this list. These people received the most diamonds or tips on their posts and replies on DeSo blockchain in the last day. Whale Shark ETH was number one, followed by Natter, Imar Man, Sabira, who bumped into Lil Lover, I believe, and
In
posted a
Milan.
picture.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
in Milan. They bumped into each other. They had believe they had lunch together or something. It's great to see DSO OGs getting together.
Metaverse, Skin Lover, Striga, Stargazer, BK Power 8, and Dr. Rob.
Yeah, and everybody have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you tomorrow.